light of the examination of Martin Luther King Jr.'s life, from his birth as Michael King to his rise and eventual demise, it becomes clear that his legacy was not one of unity or so-called civil rights advancement, but rather of controlled and calculated maneuvers in a larger scheme of deceit and division. His actions, his speeches, and his very identity were, at best, fake and in reality, crafted under the auspices of secretive agendas, manipulated by forces with intentions far removed from the ideals of justice and equality. King's fraudulent rebranding of his name, his upbringing steeped in abuse and criminality, his education in subversion, and his leadership in what are now seen as orchestrated civil rights scams all point to a life dedicated not to the betterment of society but to personal gain and societal upheaval through the furtherance of racial discord. His advocacy for nonviolence was merely a facade for his true aim of provocation and manipulation, serving his self-interests and his own gratification overall. All the while, he was advancing something he could only partially comprehend, namely what has been referred to in this context as the New World Order, with their clandestine system of control and secretive schemes, all under their watchful eye and hidden hand, rather than any genuine civil rights cause or other high-sounding but transparent empty platitudes. His personal life, marked by addiction, sexual predation, and abusive behavior, further tarnishes the image once held by many. His assassination, rather than a tragic end to a noble figure, was a strategic move by those who had used him to their ends, preferring his martyrdom over his living liability. Today, the narrative around Martin Luther King Jr. demands a reevaluation. The call to dismantle the physical reminders of his supposed achievements is not just symbolic but a necessary step towards acknowledging the truth of his legacy. The statues and plaques, fraudulent symbols of inspiration, are now seen as monuments to a facade, celebrating a figure whose actions were fundamentally about division, manipulation, and personal enrichment. This conclusion reflects a broader call to action, to educate about the true nature of King's influence, to reject the civil rights narrative as it has been understood, and to stand against the ongoing manipulations by entities like the New World Order. The aim is to move forward with a clearer understanding of history, not as it was presented but as it truly was, thereby preventing the continued exploitation of societal divisions for covert agendas and overt control.